Before we get into today's video, I've got 3 things for you. Number 1, if you want to get a notification whenever we post a new video, make sure you ring that bell. Number 2, there's a TCG Player affiliate link in the show notes. After clicking that link, every purchase you make on tcgplayer.com helps support this channel. Number 3, you'll also find a link to our Patreon where you can support us directly. Now, kick back and enjoy the show.
What's up, Spikes? Second part. Same commanders as last time. Here I go. That's really sad that I drew that now. No, it's not. I'm a genius. Sorry. Let's everybody take a deep breath.
This has been a roller coaster of emotions.
I'm going to play this command tower.
That's so sad that you drew that now.
Yeah, isn't it? I'm going to play a Mystic Remora.
Oh, you're going to draw so many cards.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Pass the turn.
I'm gonna draw a card. Oh, that's a magic card. Thank goodness.
Oh, we're not playing Buddy Fight?
I'm gonna play Snow Covered Swamp into Mana Crypt into
Trigger.
Oh god.
Are you paying the 4?
Yeah, I draw a card.
I will draw a card.
Into Basalt Gondolin.
Are you paying the 4?
Did you need to do that day?
Draw a card.
That's net neutral. You couldn't wait a turn for that?
No. Go.
Go.
It's
Birds of Paradise.
I don't even get
home.
to ask the question.
Yeah.
I could have done more if it makes you feel better.
It
Why would that make me feel better? Polluted Delta. I'll pass the turn.
Ooh, I will untap. I'll put a thing. What is it?
Time counter?
Age counter.
Age counter.
I'll pay 1. I'll draw a card. I'm going to play a Seat of the Synod. And I'm going to cast a Mox Diamond.
Oh.
I'm going to discard this Gemstone Cabinet. That wasn't in my opening hand.
That's why.
And then I'm going to tap these. And I'm going to cast Grim Monolith. Pass the turn.
Untap. Evens, I take damage.
Haha.
Oh.
I am down to 37.
37 for Jeremiah Moz.
Okay. I will draw a card. So Elliot has this
Yes. Mystic Remora.
this Mystic Remora.
Does he ever have a Mystic Remora?
I'm gonna tap 5 mana, floating 1. We'll just do it anyway. I'll pay 1 of the cost, and I'll take 4 life to play my commander.
33? Sorry,
33.
what's his name?
Correct! Son of Iagma shows up to party. I'm gonna play a swamp as land for the turn. And pass the turn.
That's pretty good. He's got a 2/2, but it's probably going to get bigger, and it has lifelink.
It also makes all of his spells cost less. I think it's the more reasonable thing to be worried about here.
Nah.
I'm going to play a Yavimaya Coast, and I'm going to pass the turn.
End step, I'm going to crack the Polluted Delta.
39.
I'm going to get the Steam Vents tapped.
That's a good
Then
one.
I will move to my untap step.
Wow.
Draw card.
It's basically just Volcanic Island at that point.
Yep. You've got your command towers out. I'm going to play this Exotic Orchard.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
That's a 5-color
really
exotic
good.
orchard.
And seeing as how Elliot is probably just going to keep paying for this Mystic Remora because he's got like 6 mana right now, we might as well just give him cards because Jerry's going to cast a bunch of spells into it anyway, so...
Yep.
that's true.
I'm going to cast a Mana Vault.
Trigger.
This is so sad, can we?
I'm going to cast an Arcane Signet with 1 mana floating.
Trigger.
Yep. I would like to tap this for a green and cast Sylvan Library.
Trigger.
Yep. And I'll pass the turn.
I will untap. I will tick up this Mystic Remora, and by golly, am I ever paying 2.
See, told you. No point in waiting.
I'm going to draw for my turn.
Could have done that turn 1.
Wow,
you could've.
I sure have a lot of things to do. I'm going to play the Scalding Tarn.
Great.
And I'm going to fetch down to 39. Off of my Scalding Tarn, I'm going to get this Underground Sea. And then I'm going to tap both of these and cast a Mind Stone. And I'm going to tap this Mind Stone. And I'm going to cast this Nihil Spell Bomb.
Hill.
That's pretty
Jerry
good.
doesn't like that one, evidently.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to pass the turn.
I'm gonna untap everything except for this Basalt Monolith.
Oh yeah, that doesn't untap during your untap stuff.
Yep. And I'm gonna roll even as I take damage. Nice. Then I'm gonna draw for my turn. Then I'm gonna play a Snow-Covered Swamp for my turn. Then I'm gonna move to combat.
That checks out.
And I'm gonna swing at Elliot for 2 damage. That's lifelink.
I'll go to 37, and Jerry will go back up to 35. That's what I have. Anybody else got that?
35 is good.
You
35
have
is correct.
2
damage.
Oh man, what if it gets really big?
It could. It
Yeah.
buffs itself,
It
right?
like really could though.
Tap Mana Crypt to play a Mind Stone.
Trigger.
Was that necessary, Jerry?
Yep.
Are you trying?
paying
Are
for
you
it?
paying the floor?
You can all.
I cannot. Wait.
You can.
Nope.
Draw a card.
Pay 8 life.
I would absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Then I'll pass the turn.
All right.
I feel like you could have held up that Mind Stone.
Nope, because my hand's bad.
At the end of your turn, Jerry, I'm gonna cast Tainted Pact.
Ooh, trigger.
Trigger. Can't pay for it.
Not
I'm not
hard.
going to. Does anybody have a response?
I have no effects to Tainted Pact.
I'm gonna crack my Mind Stone.
Is that really necessary?
Nope. Go.
Nope, wasn't necessary.
Necropotence. Underground Sea. Foresight. Llanowar Elves. Yawgmoth's Will. Windswept Heath. Boreal Druid. Flooded Strand. Scalding Tarn. Tarnished Citadel. Mox Diamond. Ponder. Gemstone Mine. Gemstone Caverns.
Ooh, wow, flavor.
Forbidden
Forbidden Orchard?
Yeah,
Exotic
Orchard.
One of the orchards.
One of them.
Demonic Consultation, Demonic Tutor,
What's
Savannah, Snow-Covered Forest, Plunge into Darkness, Forbidden Orchard,
His
so it
deck-
was exotic.
His deck is going to be totally exiled, and then the last couple cards will be like Food Chain,
and then
Squee, Miss Griffin,
All
Eternal
of them.
Scourge.
Rift
The last
Sweeper,
4 cards.
Arbor Elf, Dark Confidant, Vampiric Tutor, Gilded Drake, Dovin's Veto. I think we know what we're going
He
for.
hasn't hit
Album
any
Spell-
of his. That's
Absence
it.
Yeah,
Program, City of
that's
Brass,
it.
Jace,
Ooh.
Dark
nice.
Ritual, Spell Pierce, Extract, Noxious Revival, Overgrown 2,
But he has.
Polluted Delta, Misty Rainforest, Eldritch Mystic, Assassin's
Is it in
Trophy,
your hand?
Marsh Flat, it's not, Mana Drain, Food Chain. I'm
He
gonna.
didn't,
So he
hit
didn't hit-
any of his
I know.
outlets.
You exiled a lot of cards to not
It was
hit
half.
Squee or.
It was half. Actual half.
That's
Wow.
an unlikely
Yeah.
demonic on or a tainted pact.
Then also before. Okay, so this goes to my graveyard, and I'm just gonna put my exile pile over here because it doesn't matter right now.
That's fair.
Then I'm also going to, at the end of Jerry's turn, cast Mystical Tutor.
Interesting.
For like.
Yeah,
Summoner's
trigger
Pact.
Mystic Remora.
Not paying.
Yeah, I have no effects.
Mhm.
I got nothing.
Okay, and off of the Mystical Tutor, I'm going to find Force of Will and put that on top of my library.
Interesting.
Then I'm going to move to my untap step.
Yes, sir.
Untap and draw a card. I'm going to play Llanowar Wastes, and I'm going to tap these 2 for colorless, and then Command Tower for green, and attempt to cast Food Chain.
Trigger Mystic Remora.
Yes,
I will draw a card.
very good.
I'm going to pass priority on Food Chain.
Me as well.
Me too.
I'm going to tap Birds of Paradise for a green,
Mhm.
and exile it to Food Chain for another 2 green, and cast Eternal
Yeah,
Scourge.
take
He
his
had it in
hand.
hand.
Had it
Yeah,
in
pass
hand.
priority on Eternal Scourge.
You got it.
Yes, sir. No effects.
Okay. I'm going to exile an Eternal Scourge to Food Chain to add 4 red, and then use 3 of it with 1 red floating to recast Eternal Scourge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that to make infinite red and then infinite of every other color.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to cast the first Sliver and trigger Cascade.
Yes,
Mhm.
sir.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Wall of Roots. Then I'm going to exile the first Sliver to Food Chain, and then recast it, trigger Cascade.
What color are you making?
Purple.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to propose a loop here. Because I can just keep casting the first sliver to get all of my permanents that cost 4 or less, or cast all of my spells that cost 4 or less. I'm going to continue until I find Goblin Bombardment, and then use Goblin Bombardment as the sacrifice outlet to keep recasting first sliver and deal 1 damage to you guys each loop at a time.
It does matter when you find it, depending on how many, if any, non-creatures you cast in between.
Sure.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I will just I'll just keep reviewing.
Yeah. You can.
Vexing Shusher.
Can you pay for that?
Nope.
No, you can't activate Vexing.
You can't
Shusher.
activate it with the
Okay,
no.
I was like, never mind.
yeah.
Concede.
Well, okay. So what I'm going to do, because I don't have to cast the spells,
Yeah.
I can go until I find Silence.
Yeah,
and then
that's
cast
true.
Silence,
Okay.
and then cast Goblin
Yeah,
Bombardment.
sure. I will.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I will accept
Yeah.
that
Accept the
shortcut.
loop.
Yep.
So silence draws you off of Mystic Remora.
Oh, sure.
So you will
Yeah,
get
sure.
to draw.
Yeah, you do get to draw off of Silence. I'll find it just to prove that I have it in
Okay.
the deck.
And then
Because I
silence
don't
on the
think I-
stack. I'll pass priority.
Yeah, I will also pass priority.
Pass priority.
So yeah, then
So then I will do the loop, not casting anything until I find just Goblin Bombardment.
I do get to draw.
You do get to draw a card. Then, yeah, I'm going to sacrifice first sliver to Goblin Bombardment, deal 1 damage to Carrick, and then recast it. Not cast the thing
Dealing
again.
one infinity damage to Carrick.
Yeah, I'm going to kill Carrick specifically
Then
first,
pass the turn.
and then just
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's
machine
it.
gun you
Yeah.
guys.
By the way,
Sounds
if
good.
anybody is curious as to how Bill just won the game, we're going to put a link up somewhere.
Yes.
We do have a video on First Sliver Food Chain, specifically this deck, and how it works.
Mhm.
How it works with Goblin Bombardment, how it works with Eternal Scourge, the whole deal. You're going to get to see how the combo works, what it sounds like, how to play against it, and how to prevent it from happening, like we did not do. So
Well, yeah,
we're going to take a quick break. We're going to watch that video, and then we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll try again later.
Yeah.
yeah, so I kind of had it all that game. I'm not going to lie.
I thought I was the one that had it all. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My hand at the end there had another land, Mana Crypt, Ad Nauseum, and Gitaxian Probe. Like,
Okay, so my hand, if I had done that, my Mana Vault, Arcane Signet, and all of the other stuff with the nonsense on turn 1 and just played into your Mystic Remora
Mhm.
instead of waiting. So what I did was I waited because I'm like, well, maybe he doesn't pay it if he's got something he actually wants to like advance his board. But then Jerry played into it and you drew a bunch of cards and I'm like, well, okay. And then Jerry was ahead on Mana Rocks and you're casting Mana Rocks and I'm like, I just need to cast Mana Rocks so that I'm like at parity
Yeah,
with
not
you guys, even
behind.
if it draws you cards.
right.
And when Jerry cast Carrick, I'm like, well, Jerry's obviously setting up to play a whole bunch of spells on his turn. So I'm like, he's going to play into this Mystic Remora more. I might as well just get some Mana Rocks down so that I can hope to cast something. I had 1 mana available in my Arcane Signet, and Kozilek's Return, Delay, and Toxic Deluge in my hand,
Wow.
which would have stopped all of this,
Yeah.
but I only had 1 mana available.
Oh,
If I had
man.
done it on turn 1 and just played into your Mystic Remora, I would have had all 3 of these up.
Yeah.
So I would have been able to Toxic Deluge and get rid of his bird and the Carrick, right?
Yeah.
And then even if he had more stuff to do, I could have Kozilek's returned in response to the food chain.
Yeah, that would have been really good.
There was like action, and I could have delayed the food chain. And like it was the hand to play against food chain, but
Yeah,
I did
wow.
not get there because I waited a turn.
That's why I always just go.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
that.
The classic John of I think I would have won on my turn. Probably not. Probably not with Ad Nauseum. Like not a main phase Ad Nauseum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have won. But
My hand at the end of that game was Zuranorb, Toxic Deluge, and Dance of the Dead. I was going nowhere once Crick came out.
that's fair. Yeah.
Reasonable.
I
Yeah.
had. Yep. It was, yep.
Yep.
Oh well.
Well,
that's
yeah,
the second half of
yeah,
my doubleheader.
Two quick
games,
ones
yeah.
for the boys.
Yep.
Catch us. I guess not next week. Maybe we don't know how we're doing this yet. But catch
Yeah.
us next
Catch us
time.
next
But, like,
time when we're on
these
YouTubes.
double ups, if you want to see these early, we do release them at the same time. So this was the second half of a game that we played last week or earlier this week, depending on how we do it. But if you want to catch them both right away, we do release them to our Patreons at the same time, our patrons at the same time. So yeah, if you want, just sign up on Patreon. $2 or above gets access to these at the same time.
Yeah. All those links will be in the doobly-doo. There's one on the end card.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So click
stick
it.
around
Just
for
be sure to click it.
3 seconds.
Yep.
All it takes, 3
we'll see you next
seconds,
time.
and then click it.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you click the subscribe button, and you can click this link to check out our other great videos.